Hello friends, welcome back to New Toy Tuesday, the weekly series where I get to show you a new fun toy on Tuesday. This week's new toy is a stamp and thin cut set from Close to My Heart. I mean, listen, I am a sucker for anything beach, sea, ocean critters, seashells, you name it, that's it. Purchased this in June when they were having their sale, and this was my last purchase for the Buyers Club. So once again, they always put their thin cuts on a magnet. Thank you, Close to My Heart. Then you got this lovely stamp set. I'm going to do a mixed media piece on a 8x8 canvas panel. This is just the Master's Touch brand, so the inexpensive stuff from Hobby Lobby. Let's get started. A few of the things I plan to use on this canvas include this stencil from Heidi Swapp. I'm not sure. I've had this a long time. Does it tell me what year? 2015 is the year this came out. So I'm going to use this, and then I want to add some words. So I'm going to use this Tim Holtz Wordy Word stencil. And then Distress Embossing Glazes in Salvage Patina, Prize Ribbon, and of course Vintage Photo, because that's the best brown in all the land, on some modeling paste. I have a giant tub of modeling paste I've had for like 10 years, maybe longer, from Utrecht Art, and I just keep a little in a container, and I keep this in the top drawer of my toolbox so I can just get a little bit out at a time. But first things first, we need to put some clear gesso on this, because I'm probably going to use some distress stains too, maybe even oxide stains, one or the other. And you need to have a little gesso on to make them stick better. So I'm going to use clear gesso because this is already white, so I don't need it to be white. And clear gesso is actually, it's got kind of a sandy texture, so it's very, very grabby. And it'll just add even more texture to this thing when it's done. This is going to be a video created over a few days because there's going to be a lot of drying time in between steps on this thing. But, so you'll probably see lighting differences and, you know, all those sorts of things. But I think this is going to be really fun. And I can display it in my house because my house is all beach themed. So we'll put some clear gesso on here. And I'll let this dry on its own for 20 minutes or so, and then heat it with the heat tool to finish it, so that I can come in and put my first layer of color on. I'll see you in a little bit. Alrighty, so our clear gesso is dry, and I got some Distress Oxide spray stains out. So we're going to do Speckled Egg. This one I haven't even opened yet. Prize Ribbon, Antique Linen, and Salvage Patina. I'm going to start with the lightest color first, which is going to be the Antique Linen. I'm going to spray this all over. And then move on to Speckled Egg, next lightest color. Yep, put that on really heavy because I want it and the Salvage Patina to mix and drip together. All right, so let's pick this up. Let's move a little bit. I'm gonna get a paper towel to blot. I'm gonna blot this a little bit. Get some texture in there. Now I'm gonna go dry this before I spray anymore. All right, so here is what we have so far. We have almost a little bit of purple in there from the way some of that mixed. And you know what? I am okay with that. We're going to do a little more salvaged patina. And some more speckled egg. And let's move it around a little. I really want that paper towel texture. Go dry again. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Now we're going to add our dark blue prize ribbon, which I need to open. Shaky shake. All right, let's see what we get here. Oh yeah. Move this around a little. Blot a little bit. Got a little salvage patina mixed in there. A little more prize ribbon. You know, I think I want to experiment a little extra and put some of this Distress Mica stain in here. This is Snow Flurries. This is from winter last year. Let's add a little bit of the sparkly in here. See how that's all moving around? And then I also brought over Crooked Broomstick. A little more blotting. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit and marinate for a little while and then come back to it maybe 20 minutes or so and dry it with the heat gun and then see what we think. All right, I like how this is looking so far. I let it dry for about 10 minutes on its own and then I hit it with the heat tool. I want to stamp a little script on this background. I'll move these sprays out of the way. I think I am going to use some more, but I want to do some stamping. This is a Prima stamp from their Finnabar line. And I brought over both jet black and coffee. Let's see if I can figure out which way this goes. I think it goes this way. So let's do some coffee first. And I'm not putting this on a block or anything. I'm just gonna see if we can even see any of it. We might not with the coffee at least. Oh, I guess you can. Okay, let's move on to the jet black. Let's add some of this in the black. How about over here? All right, I think I like that. Okay. Now for stencils. Use this Heidi Swap stencil. Put it about there. Get some of this lovely modeling paste out. I'm using a metal palette knife just because this is artist modeling paste, not really crafters, so it's a lot thicker than the crafty stuff we use. And if I were in more of a hurry, I would be using some crafty stuff, but I know this is going to take me a few days, so it has plenty of time to dry. Can take all the time at once. And I'll put a little more here. I'm not doing the whole pattern, just a little bit. And some here. Yeah. And I will be washing these off with soap and water. This isn't going to take me too long, so do a little bit of script over here. Now I'm going to let this completely dry and come back to it tomorrow. And I'm going to spray some more, and then once all that spray is dry, I'm going to come in with my Versamark or maybe the Globe Craft embossing fluid that might be a little sturdier, and use the glazes over top. Ordinarily, you know, you'd sprinkle your glazes on while it's wet, but I don't want any white of it to show, so I know I want to spray and all that stuff. So we'll let this completely dry overnight. Spray it with our stains again, or oxide sprays. I guess they're not stains, are they? Let that dry probably thoroughly overnight, and then we will add stain to it. It's gonna be fabulous. I can already tell. And then I'm gonna go ahead and smush that a little bit. That's fine. Add some words over here. All right. I think everything that I want to have this stuff on it has it. So I will come back to this sometime tomorrow to add sprays, and then sometime the following day to add glaze and heat it up. And then we'll move on from there. We'll stamp some images. This is gonna be really neat. This is definitely gonna be an art piece. It will go out in my living room because I have a beachy house. All right, see you later. All right, our modeling paste is dry. Our ink sprays are actually not completely dry, but that's okay. We're gonna continue. So I brought over this Craft Piccolo adhesive fluid for embossing, and I'm going to go over this because I didn't want to, for the way this was working out, I didn't want to put the distress glaze on while this was wet. So, and actually because my sprays aren't completely dry, it's probably going to stick in some other places, but I'm okay with that. So get some of this on, and we're going to see what sticks. Paper towel. So far on this, we've used Distress oxide sprays and mica sprays and a stamp from Prima and some modeling paste. And this is a canvas panel, so it's, you know, pretty sturdy. Get a little brown on here. This is, of course, Vintage Photo. It's my favorite brown. Has been since it came out. There we go. A little sprinkling. Let's add some salvaged patina. You know, I have little spoons. I should have got a little spoon out. Instead, look at my fingers all powdered up and grungy. And I want these to mix a little bit. So I'm putting them over top of each other. This is not a precise game at all. Not for me, anyway. And then we have prize ribbon. Nice dark, dark blue. Sprinkle some more. Okay. Let's see what stuck. And it looks like we did pretty well. A little fluid there, and maybe some over the words here. Just sprinkle that on. A little salvage patina. Like I said, we're just going to see what sticks. Okay, I'm gonna go heat her up. All right, I want to add another layer. So we're gonna go in with this again. Add some more. And I'm only going to do the blues this time. Move it around a little bit with my finger. Lucky's hanging out in here with me today. I'm sure you just heard him. I think the fireworks bothered him a little bit. Not enough that he got like upset, but because yesterday was 4th of July. When like a big boomer would go off, he'd kind of stop and look, and he, you know, just felt like he wasn't very happy about it, but that's okay. Salvaged patina. More over here. And like I said, I'm gonna just tip it up and see what sticks. I'm not too concerned about preciseness or anything, because I just want layers and layers and layers. Tap. All right, I'm gonna go melt this and see what we have. Oh yes, look at that. That second coat. That is perfect. It needed that second coat. Okay. Now I'm going to take some coffee archival, which is a lightish brown, medium brown. And we're gonna go over some of this race stuff and around the edge and grunge it up a little bit. Perfect. Perfect. All right, we're gonna add some splatters. Dinah Wakley gloss spray. This color is called Mineral. It's a blue. I'll put my towel down here. Take the nozzle out. Do a little splatter. spray if the spray will work. And we're going to use some white. A little more over here. Whoops. Went a little too far. All right. Mop that up a little. All right, I'm really liking all my layers. I'm happy. Well, I think while this dries some more, we can work on our stamping. I'm gonna stamp and emboss and cut out a whole bunch of these because I'm not sure how many things I wanna use. So I've got some embossing powders. This one is called Brownstone, and it's couple different shades of brown, white, a little black, and different size particles. This is a really neat embossing powder. I've actually used this for sand and dirt quite often. I've got the Distress Aged Mahogany, and then just clear. And I have some scraps of craft and white paper. So, and let's start out with craft. And do a few shells here. Let's do this one on the smaller. And I'm going to use Versamark for this and some of that brownstone, I think. Let's get these out of the way. Filter. Fresh Versamark pad. It's always a joy. I'm thinking I should have enough room to die cut those out. All right, so let's do 3 with the brownstone. Give it a good shake since it's, you know, multiple sizes of pieces in there. There we go. It doesn't look like much now, but oh, when that melts, it's really pretty. I'll move this out of the way. And then how about do coffee with white or clear powder. And what I don't use, I will just stash and keep because I live by the beach and I do lots of beachy things. So why not? Clear on this one. And remember, archival ink is oil based, so if you're quick, you can emboss it. Voila. Okay, so that one's ready. And I'm not dumping my powders back in yet because I'm going to be doing multiples, so I just save them in their filter. So we're going to do this on some white and on some craft. So how about brown first? going to do it right on this scrap of polka dots, because why not? It's Distress ink, so if I do anything wet with it, it'll just run and look cool anyway. So clear powder. This was from a card I messed up. And then let's do some jet black. And I've got quite a mess going on over here. Jet black, clear powder. All right, so those are ready to emboss and then cut. And let's do black one on craft paper. I don't like that. I didn't stamp that very well. Trying to do. Off. And then let's stamp with Versamark and use some of that brownstone. Nope. I just touched it. A little brownstone. And then let's do one with aged mahogany. Why not? Make sure I'm giving myself enough room to die cut. You should always shake up your distress powder too, because they're different size particles as well. All right, let's see. Yeah, we'll do a couple of these. Also, I'm just going to stamp those around with polka dots too. Do jet black archival. Clear powder. All right, now I've reached the point this one needs to go back in the jar. I've used it up. And of course, you need a lovely seahorse. And I think I'll do him in jet black archival with clear powder. Lovely little guy. Perfect. He's so cute. Oh. couple of sand dollars on here too. We're going to use coffee. I did not stamp that one well. Let's try another one. That's better. A little bit clear. All right, so we have one sand dollar, one seahorse. We're going to do a couple of starfish. We'll do one in brown. Coffee on the craft. And then we'll do one in jet black on the craft. All right. And I didn't prep any of this paper because it can be a little grungy, and I plan to, I'll take my little paintbrush, you know, and clean them up a little bit before I heat them. All right, so all of our dies are cut, and we're gonna start working on the focal point for this canvas. Get all these guys picked up. Aren't they nice? All right, so I have some thin wooden craft store frames. I want one of these to be my focal point. I'm thinking probably this oval one, but we're gonna test everybody out. I want it to go about here. See, I don't think I like the round so much. Maybe I do. And I do have square ones, but I don't know that I want square on square. I like them all. And that one's bigger. You know what? I think we're going to use that one. I'm going to paint this little frame with salvaged patina. And then distress it with a little coffee archival and maybe a little white if I feel like it's getting too dark. Oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty. When this paint dries, I'm gonna take that coffee archival and just kind of edge it a little bit to distress it. All right, so we're gonna just take our archival and just rub it around the edging a little bit. Not using a dauber or anything, just right off the ink pad. Orange it up a little bit. Okay, now that that frame is done, I'm gonna work on what's going inside. So I have some chipboard, some plain collage paper, and a little bit of Tim Holtz collage paper. I'm gonna trace the inside of this frame. So that's my work area. Just roughly cut it out. I misshapen jelly bean there, huh? Alright, that needs to be a little smaller around that bottom there. All right, that should be perfect. And I'm just kind of going to collage on this a little bit. So let's cut a little bit of this off. And I think the section I want is this part right here. I just use a little matte medium and my finger to glue that collage paper on. Nothing fancy. There we go. And I kind of want this part. Stamp a couple images in there. If you use archival, it stays put on this tissue paper. Trim around that a little nicer. Not completely dry, but it's mostly dry. It's dry enough to work with. Right now I want to add a little glitter to this inside. It goes this way. I'm just going to use a little matte medium and my very expensive tool, my finger, and just rub a little on there. A little there. use a little tumbled glass distress glitter. And then a little bit of the clear rock candy. Let's get a little shine on this because it's pretty dark. We're gonna make it a little shiny. There we go. Okay, we're on the home stretch with this canvas. I have my little frame. I have my innards. We're gonna glue this on with E600 and clamp it together for a little bit for it to dry. And then I'm going to adhere it and I'm going to fill it with Glossy Accents and make it shiny. So let's get our glue out. See if it's ready to go. We're going to put glue around the frame. I was going to use hot glue, but I don't know, with the heat and humidity down here, I was afraid that it may, like in a year, pop off. So we're just going to use good old glue the elephant to the wall, E600. And then we're going to use this to glue it to the canvas as well. Got my clamps out. And then we'll put this on. Just a little background layer. I'll just put some clamps around it. Ooh, if they're gonna reach, these might not be big enough to reach. Oh, there we go. Just gotta find the right area, I guess, huh? There we go. I'll let that, so that's gonna go about here. And I think I might want to put this sentiment in it. A handful of shells, a handful of shells and a head full of dreams. So let's go ahead and stamp and cut this out while we're waiting for this to dry a little bit. Lovely. Let's just fussy cut around this a little. And then we'll use some bear glue to put it in our frame. Around that a little. There we go. I think maybe we'll edge it a little bit with our coffee. A little added interest, help it pop up a little bit. There we go. Let's get our bear glue. this down. That's cute. A handful of shells and a head full of dreams. All right, stay down. Make sure it's good and down. I'll let this dry, and then we will add the glossy accents to the inside. But I want to put some stuff behind it. So I thought, work on that. Okay, so I'm gonna put this about here. I have some burlap. And I think I just bought this at Walmart. Like in the sewing section. I want to fray this a little. Those finished edges off. A little pulling apart. Here we go. Pull that apart a little bit. Do the same thing at this other end. Okay, so I'd like this to be about like that. Get our E600 out again. Just stick it down. Sure that glue is all up in them fibers. That's gonna go. Okay, now I want to add a little of the gold string, gold thread. This I'm just going to use a little bear glue because it'll be easier to deal with. Add some threads here, just for that little bit of bling. Have them going all over the place. No particular way. Just stick down though, that would be nice. Okay, Come on, kids. And this one. All right, and this is probably set long enough, so we are going to go ahead and glue this down onto the canvas. And I'm just going to weight it down for a few minutes to set. Whole lot of E600 on here. Don't want it popping off later. All right, I'm going to set this off to the side and weight it down for a few minutes, and then we'll be back to work on it some more. Okay, I want to fill this with Glossy Accents. And I think that I'm clogged up. It's going to look cloudy, but when it dries, it is beautiful, shiny, and crystal clear. Let's keep going. Spread it around with a stick. Like I said, I don't necessarily need this to go all the way to the top edge of the frame, but I do want a nice even coat of shininess on here. Let's see, there's a bubble. Just get it out. Just move it around. Get it where we want it to go. Glossy Accents works really well for sticking dewdrops on your cards and scrapbook pages too. And I will also use it to fill pretty little glass bottles with some glitter. Make little vials of things. And, all right, I think that's probably enough. Let's see. There we go. Pop. Okay, popped about all I'm gonna pop there. I have these little colored seashells that I bought years ago. These are from a shop on Anna Maria Island, like one of the little tourist come here buy our stuff shops. And I've been working through these shells for quite a few, well, since 2016. So thought I'd put some in here. I really don't think I want a pink one in there, but that one there. So we're gonna put some of these shells in. They're just precious. Oh no. Pick you up. There you go, there. Ooh, this one. Got a lot of purple. I'm not quite sure why it's made purple ones, but I do. Put you there. I have a gold one. Put you there. Okay, that's enough of those for now. So here we have some silver crushed glass, some US Art Quest kind of sage green mica, and some holeless beads. And we're going to add a little bit of that. Kind of shake it on. I got a little bit more over here than what I meant to, so I'm just going to move it. Spread it out a little. As you can see, the Glossy Accents is starting to set. Do a little bit of mica. Don't want to cover up the sentiment though, so I'm going to try and keep stuff off of there. A tiny bit. Now a little bit down here. Oh, I don't think I mentioned we got a new puppy to put a picture of her in. Maybe about here. She is a golden doodle, 5-month-old little girl, and her name is Ginger. And we actually got her from someone local here in town who couldn't keep her anymore. So we didn't pay very much for her. So she is our newest member of our family, and I gotta tell you, she's a lot of fun. There are a lot of similarities between her and Lucky, you know, I guess because of the, you know, they're the same mix, but woo, that was a little too much. She does have her own little quirks and things, and you know, her own personality. She's really, really a neat little kid. We like her a lot. We actually, it's a whole long story, but we thought we were going to get her a couple weeks ago. And the girl that I was talking to said that someone in their family decided to take her so that they could keep her in the family. Well, that placement did not work out. So about a week and a half later, she asked me if I still wanted her. At first I said no, because I was a little salty about how things went down the first time around. And she just simply said okay. But then she messaged me again the next day, and I told her no again. But then I texted my husband and I said, "You're never going to believe this." And I said, "But you need to be proud of me," because I told her no. Because, you know, we weren't planning to buy a dog right now. We were, but then we weren't. And he said, "Well, I'll offer her this much," because it was less than what we were going to give him the first time around. "And if they'll take it, then yes, let's get her." And they said yes. So they brought her over a couple days ago. Her first night was pretty rough. You know, because we weren't her people, and she was kind of out of sorts. So she's had really gross, nervous poop for the last couple days. But last night was so much better. She only woke up 3 times, and each time it was to wake me up to go potty. So, I mean, just in 2 days, she's made incredible progress. She's fitting into our household quite well. And we're kind of smitten. All right, so I know I'm not going to use all of these shells, but I do plan to use a good portion of them. I think I'm going to start adding shells. And just use Glossy Accents since it's in here. We're going to add Dewdrops. So, because I love me some Dewdrops. Here we go, put you there. Looks like a good spot. Hold it down for a sec. I think this could be really neat. And I think I have the perfect spot for it in my living room, unless someone commandeers it. But, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. We've been tentatively planning my grandson's 4th birthday celebration / granddaughter's 1st birthday celebration down here at Disney World. Just one day, just go to Magic Kingdom, because, you know, it's a long day for babies, and neither one of them have been to Magic Kingdom. Well, they haven't been to any Disney park. So, one day at Magic Kingdom, and then a day just at Disney Springs, doing a little shopping. And then the kids are actually talking about going over to St. Cloud and spending a couple days with my son-in-law's dad, and then doing a couple more parks. So, but Dad and I are only going to go Magic Kingdom, and we're footing part of the bill for that, and that's as much as we're doing. And we're hoping to get a reservation at the Crystal Palace for the baby's birthday dinner and do the whole birthday cake and stuff, and we're going to foot the bill for that. But if they want to do other parks, that is on them. That's their party. I am not involved. So, we'll see. Ooh, maybe I want to add foam tape to that. Maybe, just maybe. Or maybe I want to use this one. I kind of like that black one. Foam tape. Okay, so it's going to go about here. So this bottom edge needs foam. Foam. We like foam. In paper crafting, don't we? You know, I can remember back when we first started using little pop dots, and we used them very rarely and very sparingly. And now we use foam tape on everything. My, how times have changed. Let's see. That could be enough height. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Might feel a little saggy, but it's okay. So Ginger was not crate trained, because they said they tried when she, you know, they first got her and she cried and she hated it. Well, these doodles, that's how they are. They don't, you know, it's kind of like the whole separation thing. So in our house, Everybody's crate trained. And not even, like, Sam doesn't even use a crate, but he is crate trained because, you know, if there's some kind of emergency or something, you need to box them up. Because, like, sometimes you can take them to an emergency shelter, but they have to be contained. So everybody in our life is crate trained, and even our cat was. So she had her first time in a crate today. In the first half hour, whoo, did she scream and yell and hoot and holler. But it only took her about a half hour, and she calmed down. And once she was quiet for about 10 minutes, I went and took her a real good stinky treat. And I said, "Good, Ginger, good, quiet." And she's been quiet ever since. So, because I'm trying to get her, you know, I want her to be on the nap time schedule that the boys are on, because then I can get work done. And today that work was cleaning the floors, because holy crap. She really likes the pool. And that has actually had an impact on Lucky, because he wants to get in the pool, but he's kind of afraid. Like, it made him nervous. So Ginger getting in the pool has given him a little extra oomph. And so they go in the pool, and you got two wet doodle dogs, but then they go run in the yard. And we live in Florida, and our yard, you know, a lot of the grass is tore up, so it's sand. So OMG. I even sent my husband a picture. I said, "Look, the floors are nice and beautiful and shiny clean for about, you know, another hour." Because once I let them out, ain't gonna be clean no more. So yeah, but she's a sweetie pie. She's gonna be a good addition to our family. We can tell already. We just love her. She's so cute. Pop that one up a little bit. Okay, hold it down for a sec. That Glossy Accents grab a hold. Quit sliding. Quit sliding on me. Let that grab. That should stay put now. And then this guy. Oh, I love him so very much. I'm going to pop him up for sure. He's kind of the star of my show. I love this set. They have another one that I really like a lot that's Christmas, and it's a flamingo. So if they have another big sale before I start on Christmas cards, I think, wait, that's probably what I'm going to purchase to make my Christmas cards this year, because it's cute. All right, get on there. Glossy Accents on our phone. I think we'll put him, oh, maybe on the green, huh? Yep. Right on it. Oh yeah. That is looking nice. Now I want to add some Dewdrops. Got some blue ones out. I don't know if I'm going to want any other colors, but we'll start with blue. See where that takes us. It's the old one, isn't it? One there. Oh, there's some clear in here too. So we got blue and clear. A couple shades of blue and some clear. Blue one over there. I like them for things like this, especially because it looks like bubbles. I love it. Oh, how about here? Oh no, that one's got icky stuff on it. Not that one. Not that one. Why are you doing that? I don't like that there. Oh, there's not one down here. I think that's probably enough, don't you? She asks as she grabs for more. All right, I think that's enough. Stop me before I do drop again. Okay. One up here. Gotta get my bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles. I think I want to add a little bit of that crushed glass like around here for a little extra sparkle. I'll let that sit for a few minutes. And then maybe a little bit of it here too. Let those meet up right there. Sorry for my head, because I am sure it's there. Yeah, a little extra sparkle. Do I need any anywhere else? I don't think so. I think that's probably quite good enough. Alrighty, I think it's done. So this week's New Toy Tuesday toy was this Close to My Heart Stamp and Thin Cut set. Beach Day Treasures. I love it. We did some Distress Oxide sprays for the background, some modeling paste through some stencils, some stamping, just background words, Distress Embossing Glaze, Dewdrops, little wooden frame, and then the stamps and the dies. All of the images are from this Close to My Heart set. We'll get a good picture of this once the Glossy Accents is fully dried and clear, but I'm really pleased with the way this turned out. And I have the perfect spot for it in my living room because my house is very tropical beachy because I'm obsessed and I live in Florida. I hope you like this project. I hope it inspired you a little bit. Get out a whole bunch of stuff you've had for a long time and add it to something new. Remember, be excellent to each other and go make something. Bye-bye.